have the 49ers improved since losing the NFC Championship game? It's hard to say without even seeing any of these rookies play, but on paper, if you just had looking at these names, looking at maybe rankings, would you say the 49ers have gotten better or worse since that loss?
Better. I think it's better. You're healthier at the running back position. That boom right there is a plus, right? You drafted another running back who looks very promising in this system. That's a plus. Jimmy out, Trey Lance in. That's a plus for me. And I'm going to be very clear on why I say that. I don't think Trey Lance is going to come in here and be consistent. He's going to go through his ups and downs. However, just in that championship game where we needed to score, there was just something missing. And those some things that were missing from the offense, Trey Lance possesses. Willing to take shots down the field. I'm going to run if I have to. Like I can see this kid like putting it all on the line in a game that big. If I can't find anybody, I'm just going to run. I'll find a way to do it. The way that we've seen Russell Wilson kill the Niners over and over, even when we're the better team, there's just something that he can do. You know what I mean? So yeah, I think that the team definitely is better now. Wide receiver wise, we got some more speed out there. You know what I mean? The offensive line, right? I'm not going to say that the offensive line is going to be better yet, but there's some guys who had time to sit out a year, and Banks and Jalen Moore that have another year in the system here. They're ready to come in here and show their numbers and prove their weight. I like that. Yeah, absolutely.
It's hard for me to say they've gotten worse. But I agree with you. Addition by subtraction, and it's going to sound a little fucked up to say, but with Jimmy Garoppolo, because just how much he really did hold the team back at times. And don't get me wrong, there were a lot of times where a boneheaded mistake would have put them in a really bad position, and he didn't make that mistake. But there were probably twice as many times where an over-the-top elite play would have made him that much further ahead, and he wasn't able to do that either. So subtracting the negatives, add the positives, I think it's going to be much better with a Trey Lance going into his first full season as starter than Jimmy Garoppolo in his, fifth, sixth year as starter?
Yeah, exactly.
I shouldn't say a starter, but
no, he's been a starter here for 5 years.
Wow, it has been that long, huh?
Yeah, it's insane to think about, right? But he's been here since 2017. Yeah, it's like that's like I went through the same realization. That's funny as hell. I went through the same realization because I was like, we were during the draft show, and I was like, wait, is this his last year under contract, or does he have another year after this? Like, and it hit me like, holy shit, he's been here since 2017. He got the deal that offseason, like the 2018. So I was like, wow. The other thing is, we're talking about whether or not we improved. We didn't talk about the corners that they drafted. We didn't talk about the pass rusher on the opposite side of Nick Bosa, right? And then we're forgetting about what the Niners did in free agency. Also, man, yes, this team is better. Yes, this team is better.
Okay, I like it. Drop in the comments what you guys think, better or worse since the NFC Championship game lost. I really do agree with this, though. Ace, bro, best defensive back room in the Kyle Shanahan era. They go out and sign Charvarius Ward. They draft Castro Fields and then Womack. They re-signed Jason Verrett this week to a one-year deal. Emmanuel Mosley's coming back healthy. I mean, heck, we might not have to see a Josh Norman or Drake Kirkpatrick this season, and that would just be a huge bonus right there. I saw people on Twitter talking about how it was a mistake to re-sign Jason Verrett because he takes up a salary spot, or excuse me, a roster spot. And I saw plenty of people like a roster spot that you'd rather have taken up by Josh Norman. Like, I really don't get it. You can start Jason Verrett.
Yeah. Jason Verrett was the best DB on the team when he was healthy, right? Yeah. And I don't think it was a close second either. Like, there was, and that was with me and how much I love Ahkello Witherspoon, right? Like, not only that, he's on the 90-man roster right now. The 90-man roster. There are literally people on this team right now that are never going to touch the field and be cut. It's a harsh reality, But that's what it is. There are going to be some guys that don't get an opportunity to show what they can do in preseason that are going to be cut. And he doesn't count against the salary cap. What are you possibly complaining about? He's either healthy and he can play or he can't. So that's a win. That's a win. People just have to stop looking for reason to complain. And unfortunately, that is something that happens a lot in this fan base. We're going to look for something to complain about.
It really does seem like that. I mean, especially during the off season when there's like not much going on. It's really unfortunate how many kind of just like low level moves can be blown up into this worst thing ever type thing.
Yeah.
I
And
don't, go ahead.
People don't even have to agree that the team got better, but Jason Verrett, like that, you know what I mean? Like if you say, I don't know yet or whatever, that's fine. Right. And so that's, as a podcaster, that's the other thing too. Like it's so difficult to come on here and say if you think the team got better or worse, because then what'll happen is someone's going to cut this up and they're going to run it back and they're going to say, Mike, we started out 2-7. You said that we got better since the NFC Championship game. What are you talking about? And they're going to play this little clip and I'm going to be like, come on, guys. I looked at what we were looking at the time. Of course, I can tell you once I know the answer. But he was asking, what do I think? You know what I mean? Like, because as a podcaster, you have to try to talk forward. You have to talk ahead. How you think the game is going to go. Doesn't mean that that's how it's going to work out. You know what I mean? Same thing with play callers. Kyle Shanahan will dial up a perfect play. And if everything goes the way it's supposed to, it's going to be a great play. But if things don't go that way, it doesn't mean it was a bad play. It doesn't mean that, he was wrong. It just, the left tackle jumped off sides or, whatever, false started. Things happen.